Have you ever done everything right and still been left behind? What if the reason nothing works is not your effort, but the fact that you are living inside someone else's idea of success? In a small village, a young potter named Amir woke before sunrise every day. The floor was cold. The air smelled like wet earth. His hands were always covered in clay. He worked hard, harder than most. He watched the best potters in the market and copied them carefully. Same clay, same shape, same colors, same smooth finish. If one potter sold tall water jars, Amir made tall water jars. If another sold painted bowls, Amir painted bowls. He copied what won. He copied what people praised. He copied everything except his own mind. And still nothing sold. Every market day felt like a wound opening again. Buyers stopped, looked, touched the pots, then moved on. By evening, other stalls were empty. Amir's was still full. He carried every pot back home with aching arms and a heavier heart. Maybe you know that feeling. You work, you adjust, you learn, you try again, but somehow life keeps choosing someone else. After a while, the pain becomes personal. You stop asking, "What am I doing wrong?" and start asking, "What is wrong with me?" Amir reached that point. He became desperate. He began copying even more. He watched an old potter named Karim, a quiet man whose pots always sold first. Karim's workshop was simple. No signs, no shouting, just steady hands and silent focus. Amir studied the way he pressed the clay, shaped the neck, carved the lines. At night, he repeated every move until his back burned. Still, no one bought his work. One afternoon, after another empty market, Amir dropped a pot onto the floor. It shattered. He stared at the broken pieces and whispered, "I am trying everything." Karim was standing outside the door. He had seen Amir struggle for weeks, but until that day, he had said nothing. He stepped inside, looked at the unfinished pots and asked, "Whose pot is this?" "Mine," Amir said. Karim gently shook his head. "No, this one belongs to the man across the square. That shape belongs to the widow near the well. That finish looks like mine." Then he said the sentence that changed everything. "You are making their pots. Who is making yours?" Silence. The wheel kept spinning, but inside Amir, something stopped. That question followed him through the night. Who is making yours? Not your family's dream. Not the crowd's taste. Not the path that gets quick applause. Yours. The next morning, Amir did something that felt almost foolish. He closed his door. He stopped watching everyone else. He put away the sample pots he used for copying. And for the first time in a long time, he sat in front of the clay and listened to his own imagination. At first, nothing came. That is what happens when you have lived too long inside borrowed ideas. Your own voice sounds weak, far away, almost strange. But he stayed. Slowly an image rose in his mind, a pot shaped like the hills outside the village, with soft lines like river waves and a wide mouth for fresh flowers. It was simple, but it felt alive. It did not look like the market's bestseller. It looked like truth. His hands moved differently that day, slower, freer, no fear, no comparing, just presence, just honesty. By evening, one single pot stood on the table. Amir almost left it at home. What if people laughed? What if his true idea failed too? But he carried it to the market anyway. The morning was loud with carts, voices, goats, coins. Amir placed the pot in front of him and waited. A woman stopped. She lifted it with both hands and smiled in a way he had never seen before. "This feels like home," she said. And she bought it immediately. Amir froze. Later that day, another buyer asked for two more. Before sunset, people were no longer saying, "Who made this?" They were saying, "Where is the young potter, the one with those beautiful new pieces?" Not because he had finally learned to work hard. He had always worked hard. His life changed because he stopped building inside someone else's vision. And maybe that is your lesson too. Learn from others, yes. Respect wisdom, yes. But do not disappear inside another person's path. If you feel stuck, if you feel overlooked, if you are tired of trying everything and still feeling empty, ask yourself one brave question.